saying it's a fresh embarrassment for the Congress party over the Agnipath scheme. Congress Member of Parliament Manish Tewari has refused to sign the opposition letter. Opposition MPs have in fact written to the government. A panel also met with Rajnath Singh, and 6 opposition MPs handed Rajnath Singh a letter, but Manish Tewari has in fact opted out of that protest letter. Let's go right across to Sunil Prabhu joining us with the very latest. So, Sunil, this is a huge embarrassment for the Congress. One of their MPs, not refuting or not opposing the Agnipath scheme.
That's right. Today was a consultative committee meeting on defence chaired by the Defence Minister, Mr. Rajnath Singh. And in that meeting, after the brief introduction by Mr. Rajnath Singh, General Puri gave a background note as well as a presentation to the members of Parliament. 6 opposition members, that is 2 from Congress, Mr. Sakti Singh Govil as well as Rajni Patel, from the Trinamool Congress, Mr. Sudeep Bandyopadhyay, Shogato Roy, from the NCP, Supriya Sule, as well as from the RJD, Mr. A.D. Singh. But Mr. Manish Tewari, who is a member of that consultative committee, who gave verbal support to the members of Parliament opposing the Agnipath, and said that he was for modernization but not the Agnipath in the way it has been rolled out, but refusing to sign that joint opposition letter, which was handed over personally to Mr. Rajnath Singh, saying that it should be kept in abeyance, that there should be further consultation, that the standing committee should look into this entire matter. And unless the Standing Committee on Defence gives its report, this entire project should be kept in abeyance. But of course, as you rightly pointed out, definitely an embarrassing moment for the Congress, with Mr. Manish Tewari, who's already written his article in the Indian Express, and the Congress clarifying that those are his personal comments. Now to see him not signing that joint opposition letter, which was handed over to the Defence Minister.
Right. Sunil, also, is there any more information really on what, the Defence Minister Rajnath Singh told MPs at this meeting? Of course, we know that opposition MPs panel met with Rajnath Singh to register their protest. What really happened in the meeting? What did the Defence Minister say?
Well, the Defence Minister gave a brief introduction of why the scheme was brought about. And then, of course, it was left to General Puri to really explain the reasons and why, and the background note of why they have brought about Agnipath and how it is going to help the armed forces in particular. He did the full speaking, basically what is mostly known in the public domain. Members of Parliament, of course, explaining that there are various schools of thought, in particular from servicemen themselves, from ex-servicemen, who feel that this will really compromise the armed forces in a particular way. And it's in that context that most BJP MPs who were present were not very vocal, just kept quiet, and Mr. Rajnath Singh making that brief introduction, leaving it to General Puri to really defend and explain the entire project and the special scheme of Agnipath and the recruitment process.
All right. Well, Sunil, thanks very much for joining us with the very latest.